What's going on? It's This Week in Base Hit. I am your host, Zubaz, and we are back once again. Whew, and I'm joined by almost always with my co-host, Clone. Clone, how was your week?
Good. Survived the hurricane.
Yeah,
Hurricane Debbie did not get me.
Hurricane Debbie, all up the East Coast. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that have been affected, uh, either in Florida or up the East Coast.
I said I wanted to pick the topic out of a hat, and I'm ready.
Oh,
You
really?
ready? Yep.
Yep.
Oh, look,
That
I
seems
know what it is.
suspicious. That seems
Uh,
suspicious.
we were just talking about TV shows, and I think that we should talk about our favorite baseball movies of all
Oh,
time.
yeah, that's good.
Um, what
Oh, I
is?
got to
Do
start
you
the
have
clock.
one?
Hang
Do
on,
you
I
have
guess.
one? Oh, we messed up the
How
clock.
do I start the clock? Okay. Yes, yes. So for sure, my favorite baseball movie is uh Major League. I got Major League
Major
stuff
League.
all over the place. Major League is the best baseball comedy for sure. The pure best baseball pure movie though, in my mind, is The Natural with Robert Redford.
Which which one is your favorite? You're saying
Major League.
your
Yeah,
Major League.
Major League's
I haven't
the
watched it in so long. I need to go back and watch it.
Major League. It holds up to this day. It's still just as funny. And
That's the biggest thing that Charlie Sheen ever did, right? I mean, I do remember the
no, no,
Jinx.
no.
I liked the
Apocalypse
Jinx.
Now was the biggest thing he ever did.
Well,
Or
that
Platoon,
wasn't
Platoon. Apocalypse Now was his dad. Platoon
that
was
wasn't
him.
that wasn't a Charlie Sheen vehicle. It doesn't matter. But anyway,
What?
what's the okay? We could that's a whole different
Yeah,
debate.
that's a different debate. Yeah.
What about the actual baseball content in Major League? So what is it? That's the tanking? They're tanking, right?
Yeah, yeah. She's trying to sell the team, and they get rid of all their good players, so she can only sign, uh, you know, Willie Mays Hayes, who runs in his pajamas to pass other people. A guy right out of prison is Wild Thing. The old broken down catcher is Tom Berenger. The
Oh yeah,
rusty old vet was what's his name from L.A. Law and Psych.
Corbin Burnson.
Corbin Burnson, yep. So that's what, and they put this team together, and then like they're up against the New York Yankees. And fun fact, because they were filming in Milwaukee, the big burly guy in the Yankees that was their big basher was actually Brewers pitcher Pete Vukovich, which is an interesting tidbit, which is awesome. He was a pitcher. Yeah, yeah. There's and it was filmed at County Stadium, so it was like me being a homer. I
How many
love
times have you
everything
watched
about.
that movie?
And Bob Uecker
Bob Uecker.
stole the show, and he's a Brewers legend, announcer since 1970, which is crazy. I've watched the movie probably 13, 14 times, so not outrageous, but it always gets a laugh. I mean, and just a bit outside, everybody that knows baseball still says that. Like it's become iconic in many ways.
All right, I gotta push. I gotta push Bull Durham,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're from
partly because it's
Raleigh,
the
Durham.
local.
Yeah.
It's the
Durham
local
Bulls.
team.
Yeah.
They've got the hit hit bull win stake sign still up there, but I love that movie. They were filming it when I was in. I guess I was in high school, maybe younger, and like there was so many minor league pitchers around here that got to have parts in it.
Yep.
I mean, it's a great movie.
That Bull Durham is a great movie, and it's a little love story-ish, but it's all right. It's all right. It can still be a great baseball movie.
That's got the proper Jinx etiquette in that too.
Yes,
Costner.
that's true. They do a good job with that. Yep.
It makes me think of, I mean, just the life of a minor leaguer. I mean, I don't know. I just love that movie.
Yep. No, I
Um,
love that movie too. I wasn't hating on it with The Natural because Bull Durham is the top three. I
the
got to.
life of a minor leaguer got to be so ridiculously tough, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dusty old buses. And yeah, I mean, that's one thing they do on Bull Durham is they show that dusty old bus that everybody has to crowd into. And yeah, with all their gear.
Guys that have done it for years and years and years that are still trying to hold on. Or I mean, how
Yep.
many people out there that have like the tiny taste of the majors and then they're back down?
No, it happened yesterday. Brewers were playing the Braves, and a guy got to pitch for the Braves that had been in the minor leagues for like the last 9 seasons. And this is the first time he got to the major leagues just after the first time getting to AAA, right? So he had
Yeah.
like this run. He ended up striking out the side for his first inning. So he had his magical moment, and then
Yeah.
he got absolutely torched the
Really?
second inning. So like I think he got
Are they
DFA'd.
sending it? Are they sending him back down?
Yeah, I
Oh
think
my
so.
God. Oh my
Yeah, so
God.
but he got to strike out the side of a first place team, you know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That's tough.
All
Um,
right.
okay, so one other one.
You do the
Uh,
natural. You haven't told me about the natural.
well, The Natural is just a beautiful story. It's just a great movie. It's not super historically accurate in any way, because they have like people blowing hats off their heads, and he has this bat that was crafted from a tree that was struck by lightning, and like that there's some superpower. It's like his Paul Bunyan axe.
Did
So
he
there's
strike
some.
out Babe Ruth? Was that one?
No,
I thought
Babe
there
Ruth
was
was
like
not in that movie.
I thought there was like, okay, what movie is it where the guy has the historical moment where he struck out Babe Ruth, uh, and that's in his background. Anyway, keep
I
going.
don't know. But The Natural, it just has the most iconic scene of any baseball movie ever, where he had gotten shot on the street years before and he never got it fixed. I forget why, but it's now the World Series. He's bleeding through the jersey. You can see the catcher look up at it, and then you see him call for a pitch inside just to drop him, and you feel the tension growing, and then he swings, his bat breaks, and then this bat that the Bat Boy made comes in. Spoiler alert! I'm ruining this whole goddamn movie. And the Bat Boy brings his bat in, and he hits the ball, and it goes up into the lights, and it smashes the lights. And all of a sudden, they all start blowing up, and then he's running, and
And he's running and he's going
yeah, like
because
Kirk
it's Kirk
Gibson.
Gibson. It's
Yeah,
totally Gibson.
he as he's trotting around, they do such a great job of cinematography with the lighting, though, because
Yeah.
as the lights explode, you see bursts of light, but the entire field is getting darker over time with less lights. So like it's really a magical scene that everybody should see. So yeah, the Natural is just
You did
truly
it.
amazing, and Robert Redford obviously is just fantastic in that movie.
Um,
Hobbs.
yeah, that's a good movie. I need to
Yep.
go back and see it. And they specifically it might have been in the game call after it happened that he references the natural in when Kirk Gibson hit the home run. Just
Oh,
saying like how
like it's
unbelievable it
that
was.
is equally iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um,
Um,
but
I got one that I don't know that we never talk about.
okay.
For Love of the Game. Did you ever see For Love of the Game? People didn't like it. I really liked it.
I had never seen the movie, and I've seen almost every baseball movie. I've never seen that
It
one.
was another Costner movie. Sam Raimi made it, and it's you should watch it. I don't know. I liked it. It was so he's like 40-year-old pitcher at that time, and he's I think he just found out he's about to get traded or demoted or whatever else. It's going to be the end. He's trying to decide whether to hang up his cleats or not, and he pitches a perfect game, and
Uh,
it's going through. So it's going through the whole game and like going back through his career and stuff. And
so the entire movie is the game, and then it
so and
has all these back cuts.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I believe Vin Scully does the
I thought you were
call
gonna say
of the
Vin
game.
Diesel.
Vin Diesel does. That'd be good. No, I think they had Vin Scully. I can't remember, but it's really good. And then I just heard a reference to it the other day because his whole thing is clear the mechanism. So he'll get up there and before he throws every pitch, he says clear the mechanism and it blocks out all the other noise. And
Mm.
then towards the end of the and they were just talking about it during the Olympics about people doing that. And then towards the end of the game, like it's supposed to be, he doesn't even realize that it's a perfect game because he's so in the zone and it's like eighth inning or ninth inning and he looks up and sees it and then he's like, oh shit. And then and he's getting tired. He hasn't thrown that long and all the noise is going and he says clear the mechanism and like nothing clears out anymore and he can't get it out anymore. I don't know. It's
That's cool. All right,
it's a
I'll
good
check that
movie.
up.
It's a good movie. It's a love story too, but
Yeah, you and those love stories. I don't know, but
you just said you son of a bitch.
I know I'm joking. I'm joking. But okay, so I just want to do a quick honorable mention for a movie that's not a baseball movie, but it has a baseball backstory, and it's one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite comedians of all time, Richard Pryor as a Hackensack Bull in Brewster's Millions. It's all about a minor league baseball player going through the grind,
That's what
and
you were grabbing before.
yeah, that's I had to grab that because
I didn't even remember that he was a minor league baseball player.
oh yeah, Hackensack Bulls, a lifetime minor league baseball player. I think he was supposed to be like 34 in this, and he's just still hanging on to his dream of pitching in the major leagues. And so when he gets this big inheritance, which I'm not going to go through the whole movie because it's not a baseball movie, but one of the things he does with his $30 million is he buys the Yankees for 3 hours, and he gets to pitch against the Yankees, which is him and John Candy. I mean, Richard Pryor and John Candy, you can't go wrong. Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Yep.
We haven't talked about, and it's important for our game. We haven't talked about Moneyball. That was a big one. Did you see it?
Yeah, Moneyball was, and Moneyball was probably one of the more accurate movies.
Of it. Can't believe they made a movie out of this.
It's crazy. Yeah, and I don't know if you've ever looked at the side by side of the movie scenes and the baseball scenes, but it's the most accurate movie of baseball scene recreation of all time. They did
the
everything right.
The
actual scenes.
Gameplay?
Yeah, the actual gameplay. Like obviously they embellished some of the Brad Pitt scenes to make him more cool than Billy Bean is for sure, and less of an asshole. But yeah, it's a good movie.
I mean, we also just even the Moneyball story embellishes how well it worked out, right? For the A's,
yeah.
I mean, they did better than average, and they did better than
and they made the playoffs.
But they never,
yeah.
But it never actually yeah. But if you go back to people that don't follow baseball, I think that they're like, oh yeah, and then they won the World Series, and it was a fantastic story.
I do think the thing that probably the reason it did get made is it did what he was doing did revolutionize how front offices work. For sure. Like I was looking at the Brewers coaching staff the other day. I was shocked at how many guys they have in analytics. I mean, it's crazy. They have like guys that are dedicated to run prevention. They have a whole run prevention department. And what that encompasses is crazy. It goes way beyond what you would think about just like how to, position players. It's
well, I think it launched a generation of, I mean, it made stats people cool, right? I mean, this is part of our demographic.
This is our demo, yeah.
It launched a generation of people, that found it cool to be the number cruncher.
Yep.
So I do think that's
Moneyball is a great movie.
When you're talking about accuracy of gameplay, that made me think of one that did not have accuracy of gameplay, which is the Sandlot. Which I like.
Oh, why? I didn't say the Sandlot. Sandlot's great. Some people don't like it for some reason. I think it's like brings back like the childhood exuberance of what baseball really is and where we all actually fell in love with it.
I really enjoyed that movie, but every time they showed a kid getting a hit, it was very clearly a foul ball. Like,
every time.
I remember watching it, and my nephew being sarcastic the whole time, and every time the kid would get a hit and everybody get excited, he'd say foul, pop up, and then it would show a home run, it would show whatever.
Dude, they have one in there where the kid clearly hit a ground ball, and they do this like beautiful line drive. It was like, no, there's no way that ball was going down.
Pretty good. We got any other ones that we haven't covered? We got to go fast. We got a minute. The Rookie. I remember The Rookie being.
I was going to say there's a bunch of them like Mr. 3000, The Rookie, Angels in the Outfield. There's a million like kind of not slapsticky, but more.
The Rookie's not. The Rookie's not.
The Rookie's not. Rookie's Dennis Quaid.
Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Rookie.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid. That was the true life story of the guy, the old guy.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of
which one's Mr. 3000?
That's the one with Bernie Mac. where he plays for the Brewers.
Is it any good?
I mean, he played for the Brewers. That's about
Well,
all I can say about it.
all these teams,
He came
like,
back to get his last, what, 5 hits or whatever to get to 3,000.
that's awesome. Going back to Major League, like all these teams are just happy to be. How hard is it to get teams to agree to
Oof, I don't
be
know.
used in these movies?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, they made the Indians look great, and they made the Yankees look
Indians look
evil.
better than
So
they ever. Yeah, but they had to have the rights to the Yankees. The Yankees were
yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. With the Indians, though, they like really leaned into the Indian theme in the crowd. So like you could tell it was from a different time,
Yeah, yeah.
like
All right.
Chief Wahoo and all that stuff. All right, hang on one second. We're gonna stop this timer because there's one thing I'm not letting go. I know you wanted to just jump right in, jump into the hat because you were trying to avoid me talking about something.
You got an update on the race for every World Series?
For the sixth, seventh week in a row, I'm in a World Series.
Where?
And this one's the biggest of all. So the only reason I'm not letting it go is because this is the biggest of them all. And let me just tell you why. So I'm stopping the clock. I don't care. We're running over for a second. I am in
Calling audible.
I'm in the World Series as the San Marcos Sky in the greatest 2-game-a-day league in the history of base hit lawn chair. And I've been competitive in that league for a while. I love that league, but I'm up against inarguably the biggest rival I've ever had in base hit history. I'm against a guy named Brian Whitfield. Brian Whitfield
That's awesome.
and I have gone toe-to-toe in redraft, toe-to-toe in lawn chair. It's resulted in real arguments. And now he came back, and let me tell you something about Brian Whitfield. He is the heartbeat of lawn chair, the pulse. He is the lifeblood of that league. He does write-ups and videos and live streams. He is everything about lawn chair. So I want to give him his due. But right now, I must crush his soul, and he wants to crush mine. And I just got to say, Brian, if you're out there, you're up 3-2, you have a 105-win team, and you've turned that team around in 2 seasons with shrewd trades, great free agency pickups, and great lineup development. You should be very proud, and you're up 3-2. But the San Marcos Sky is the hardest out in lawn chair. You know that. And so while I'm sitting in the backyard in my lawn chair, looking up at the beautiful sky, I am looking for you, my friend, a hobo. You're a hobo. And I am going to pick you up. I'm going to put you in the boxcar, and I'm going to send you right back to Huntington Beach where you belong. And that's all there is to say about that, because when it comes to the end of the day, the sky is out, the sun is shining, and just like a hobo, you're on a train back home. That's it. That's it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right. I'll let you
Did
know
the
how it
game
goes.
did the game happen while we were on this call?
No,
Okay.
day off happened. Next is game 6 at 11 o'clock, everybody. So check it out.
All right. Awesome.
And we're right on time. I didn't actually even go over. Until next week, we're out of here.